Let's start our today's session. First thing, the notification which is already out, and I think you must be aware that there are two examinations that are going to be held this year, that is on May and December, right? So for 2023 also they are taking exam this year only, right? So application fees is 4,000 rupees, SC/ST is 3,500. Important dates are like this. Application are already on from 1st and it is going to be end on 31st March. These are the participating NLUs, 22 NLUs are there. There are some other participating private institution as well. These are the cutoff. This is the closing rank for NLS Bangalore, Hyderabad, Bhopal, Kolkata, and likewise. Similarly, 2020 also and 2021 also. Now, what are the subjects that we are dealing with? So these are the 5 subjects which are the standard subject that has been asked for 2019, 2020, 2021, and same for this year also. So first is English, second is GK, current affairs, third is logical reasoning, fourth is legal reasoning, and quantitative techniques, that is maths, basic maths, right? So when we talk about all these 5 subjects, the pattern has changed, as you might be aware about it. Since till 2019, the pattern was different, and right now the pattern is different, slight different. The basic is same, but the way the question is asked, the way we have to like think, that has changed, because now we are given more of passage things, and now we have to analyze the passage and give answer from that. Application of mind is more. Earlier there was application of mind, but there were some conceptual question as well, but right now more of the questions are for application of our mind, our ability to think, right? So how it has changed, let's see on that. First thing that I am going to discuss today is logical reasoning. So what about logical reasoning? Till 2019, when I gave exam also, there are several topics like analogy, direction, blood relation that were asked directly, like simple one question, one liner, two liner questions, and we have to answer that logical question, right? But now it has changed. So I'll not be discussing 2019 pattern because that is of no use now. The pattern has changed. How it has changed? Now there are several passages that are given, 300 words each, around approximately, and there are some arguments, some premises, and we have to make some conclusion. We have to identify the argument that the author has made. We have to find the conclusion that author is making. We have to analyze the pattern of reasoning that author is making in the passage. We need to know what is the premise, what is the evidence. So basically we have to make an analysis of the passage, like reading comprehension. Here also there will be a passage. We have to analyze the passage and find the answer asked in the subsequent questions. Okay, I hope you understood this part. This is more of a theoretical, right? From the passage, we have to understand the point of view of the author. What he is trying to say, what are the arguments that he is supporting it with, and what are the premises, what are the conclusions that he is making. All of this we have to get an overall idea of the passage, and then we have to find out. We can do it with elimination method also, because whenever we see the options, we can eliminate from those options that what is not there in the passage, right? From that method also we can do that. So from 2020, 2021, 2022, this year also, this pattern is going to be there. So how the questions are asked, which kind of questions will be there, and how we will like tackle, how we will prepare for that. We need to understand the pattern first, so that we can understand how we are going to deal with the same. So 2020, more of the questions, like in 2020, the paper was little bit comparatively to 2021, it was moderate side. Like 2021, it was easier side. 2020, it was moderate side, right? So how it is moderate and how it is easy, let's see. In 2020, most of the questions were about what is the main idea of the passage. So we have to understand the whole body of the passage, what it is talking about. Now And what is the strengthening, what are the evidences, what are the reasoning that the author is giving, what are the deduction he's making out of those reasoning, what is the final conclusion, what is the author trying to say, and what premise he is using for the conclusion. All of these kind of questions were there. So we need to first understand, how do we understand what is the premise, what is the deduction, what do you mean by it? First of all, we have to understand that we will study in detail in the logical reasoning classes. But for an overview, we can see that how the questions are framed, how the changes is there, and how we need to prepare accordingly, right? So the very first question that I am giving here to make you understand how logical reasoning questions are going to be there and how you have to apply your mind. Okay. So from this, you will get an idea that how you have to prepare yourself for logical reasoning. So the first thing that it is there is when we see this passage. Okay. Look at the passage. It is easy or moderate or like hard. What you can see, what you can analyze. First look, is it long or is short, short or long or medium? It is medium, I guess. Now when we see this whole thing, we have to find out the common words that we can see, that okay, this article is about this. So what is the common word? The common word is journalism. We can find out so many times, right? Journalism, media. Okay, journalism, journalist, media, journalism. So it is about journalism, right? We can find that very easily. Now let's see. Here you can see the main idea of the passage, because this is the background. Okay, what it is talking about, and this is the main thing, main argument that he is making, the author is making. So what is that? See, the words that you can see is credible, misinformation, disinformation, malinformation. All are negative words, right? So we are talking about something negative about the media, journalism, and all. Now, here you can see evidences, data. Yes, these all things are not there. Bias you can find, so you can get an idea what it is talking about, right? Now see the questions. What is the first question it is about? It is about the main idea, right? So how can we find the main idea? We saw the passage, we understood what is the like basic intent of the author in that passage. What is that? See, those who subscribe to the newspaper are skeptic. Can we see subscribe? No. Subscribe? No. Distortion of truth? Maybe, because see, we have seen misinformation, disinformation, biasness, etc. So truth is not there, definitely. So this is our answer, because this cannot be, because these are not, so this cannot be no answer. So C is the answer. Now this question, this is about assumption, right? So what is the assumption of author? Now again we have to think what author is thinking while writing this passage, right? So let's see the options. The news is neither evidence based nor data driven, is it? Have you seen this? Yes, we have. See, evidence is data driven, right? Does not help people in making informed choices, right? If information is not correct, people cannot make it. This is the inference that we are making, that is the understanding that we have from the passage, right? So both of this is assumed by the author, so this will be the answer. Now strengthening the argument. Okay, this is also one type of question that is asked, so much of question over there in the paper about strengthening the argument, the evidences on which, the premises on which the author is making that argument, that thing, right? So let's see, conspiracy theory have become an alternative truth. Have we talked about conspiracy theory? Have we? See, okay, now see, Other thing, pandemic, no. News, if we cannot find this conspiracy theory, see the alternatives. Witnessing tremendous change we are not talking about. So this will be the answer. We can confirm it from the passage again by going again back to the passage. We can see if there is a conspiracy theory or not, and then we can answer the question. Okay. Now, 2021. It was more of a fact based. We can say, as we do the question of reading comprehension, like we go to the passage, we see what is there in the passage, then we answer the question. Similar pattern was there in 2021. That is how we can say that 2021 was easier because it was more fact based. So we don't have to apply so much of mind like we have to in 2021, right? So this is also a pattern that we have to understand and prepare accordingly. Okay, not only strengthening and weakening, but according to 2021 pattern as well. It was fact based, like English comprehension. Very less question were there for strengthening and weakening. So we have to do it because in 2020 only these were the questions mostly there, right? And knowledge based question were also there, one or two only. So we don't have to give so much of focus on knowledge based questions because that is not the like major portion of the topic. So we have to just go through, like we see a lot of things in general knowledge, current affairs. That much is enough. We don't need to prepare as such for this part. Now for 2021 we have this passage for logical reasoning, right? See what this is talking about. This is talking about children. Yes. This is talking about schools. Yes. This is talking about like the education system, the rich and poor. Okay, rich and poor. COVID-19 and mobile, laptop, internet, digital divide. It is talking about because of economic conditions. This is talking about, yes, economic status is also there. So we can get an idea what it is talking about from this, right? A intent, argument that he is making, the point that the author is making about financial inequality and all, right? So we can get an idea. Now the question is, what has the author conveyed regarding the school system in the India? What has he conveyed? Personality of student? No. School in India segregated? Yes, we talked about financial status. Promote interest of every student enrolled, quality education? No, we didn't talk about that. The pandemic aided? No, it has destroyed. So no. So this will be the answer. So elimination is also a method that you can try because there are many times that you cannot find the direct answer. So when you cannot find the direct answer, how you go to the answer? You find the wrong answer that are given, right? So this is also a very good like pattern if you are comfortable in that. There are some questions which are direct, you don't need to eliminate, you can go to the answer directly, but there are some questions where elimination works so good. Like 2021 there were so many questions that for which elimination will be the best, like according to me, right? For now the second question, the other question is what can be deduced. Okay, so deduction has to be made from the passage. So see, first option is social segregation must be eliminated for furtherance of education in a school. Yes, we talked about social or and all. So it has to be eliminated, right? It is a negative thing. It has to be eliminated. Yes, we have seen it in the passage. COVID pandemic has lubricated, like it has helped it. No, no, no. Divided on the basis of financial capabilities. It should be. No, it should not be. It was there in the passage. Private schools should be encouraged to blah, blah, blah. No, private schools we have not talked about. So this is the answer. Now we'll talk about legal reasoning, which is the very important part of our exam because many of the questions are from legal reasoning and we are going to study law also. So we have to have an idea of law. That's why legal reasoning become important. So this for legal reasoning also the pattern has changed. How the pattern has changed? It is quite similar but yet different. How? Earlier till 2019 when I gave the exam, this was the pattern which you are seeing right now on the screen. principle and facts, and we have to go to the answer. So there is a principle given and there is a fact given. We just have to apply this. We don't have to apply any knowledge, and then we have to find the answer from the options. This was the pattern. Just for example we can solve, but this is not the pattern right now, but still let's see, because laws questions are similar, so we can solve this also. Acceptance of proposal must be exact mirror image of proposal. So whatever proposal we are giving, for same thing, acceptance has to be there. This is the principle. Now what is the fact? A made proposal to B to sell a chair rupees 500. B is desirous of buying the chair at 400. Is it same? No. So this is no mirror. So this will be the answer, because not accepted the proposal. For acceptance, if it was 500, then it would have been acceptance of proposal. This is another question from 2019. Let's not focus on 2019. Let's go to 2020. See, for 2020, these are the broad areas from which questions were there. This is the contract law, this is tort, criminal law, constitution, administrative, and contemporary also. Contemporary means what was going on at that time, mob lynching and obscenity. From that, there was a passage and there were some questions, right? And Baki, rest of all from the syllabus. Now, what was the pattern? It was easy to moderate. There were 8 passage, 39 questions, inference based. From the passage you have to infer, application based. From the passage you have to apply the law, and there were some questions which required previous legal knowledge, not factual legal knowledge, but some understanding of law was required in some questions. But we cannot say, like earlier also till 2019 there were some questions from legal knowledge also. That's how it is a part of syllabus only, that we have to have some knowledge of law, but that much of law you'll study in your syllabus. So for this you don't have to prepare like another mile and go to the buy a book and study the book. No, you don't need to read a separate law book for this. You just need to prepare as you were preparing for 2019, right? Now 2020, this was a sample. This is a sample question from 2020 previous year question. This question was there. So this question is about constitutional law, and in constitution under article 21 there's a law about ex post facto, and this question is about that. So ex post facto, what it is about retrospective effect. How? For example, see, this example is shown to make you understand. This act came in 1961. A person is accepting dowry under the act on this and not before. Means when the act came, after this only person can be punished, not before that, because before that there was no law. So for anything which you have to punish, there has to be an act or law at the time of commission. Okay. If you have already committed and then law come, then that will not be applied. This is one condition. There are 3 kinds. One is declared some act as offense, and after the completion of act it is done. That is one that we have read here. And enhances of punishment, like earlier punishment was 5 years, now it is 7 years, for that also. And new and different procedures. So 21, what it provides for is our first 2 categories, matlab this and this category, this applies. Now let's go to the question. The Parliament of India legislated the Sexual Harassment at Workplace Act in year 2013, and some new offences were added into IPC. Now, Mr. A is an employee against whom departmental inquiry has been initiated for sexual harassment 2012. Now, Act came in 2013, right? So whether 2013 will be applicable on him because he has done this act in 2012. So will it be applicable? That is the application that we have to have in this question. So let's see the options and go to the right answer. Such inquiry is valid as per 21 of the Constitution as complaint was made after the act came into force. No, no, no. This cannot be answered. Now, Article 21 will be applicable on the matter does not relate to an offense. No. As the Act was passed in the year 2013, inquiry is invalid. No. Inquiry is not invalid because it is not under IPC. It is departmental inquiry, right? So, in department, they can do. It is not under IPC. So, this will be the answer. No penal action. Inquiry? Yes. Would not affect. Whenever there is a question in which there it is written not affect anything, just mark on not affect or not no, because whenever we answer the question, it is our like mind that we see the, oh, this is right answer and we click on that, but we don't have to click on the right answer, we have to click on the wrong answer. We have to keep it in our mind that we have to click on wrong answer. So let's see, enhancing the term. Yes, it is affected. We have read. Enhancing the amount. Yes, it is affected. We have read. Changing the punishment of death to life. So, it is enhancing? No, it is decreasing. So, this is not what we read in that, right? So, this will not be affected. This will be the answer. Now, 2021. This is the pattern that I wanted to share. These are some other questions from that particular passage only. I would recommend you to please solve past year questions because that's how you'll understand the pattern of the paper, and that will help you to prepare for the exam. Similarly, in 2021, these were all from syllabus, right? Contract, Marriage Act, Compassionate Employment. This was also contemporary. This was in news, and this is also in syllabus. This is also in syllabus. So this topics were from syllabus only. It's easy. And let's see, compassionate appointment passage to understand how the questions were there. Very direct question, like no previous understanding is required in this question, you can say. See, compassionate appointment, it is written that it is an exception to general rule of appointment. It is given when family is in difficult time because of death of the breadwinner, who is the sole breadwinner, and family is under financial crisis, and to like make the help the family condition, financial condition, compassionate appointment is given. And it is also written that it cannot be granted after a lapse of reasonable period. It is not a vested right. Okay, all of this is given in the passage only. Now see the question, which of the following correctly state the intent behind the compassionate appointment? The norms at the time of death will be applicable and not the norms. No. The dependent, no. The norms of government or public authority not considered while applying compassion. No, no, no. The norms and date of consideration of application should be the basis for consideration. Yes. Whenever you apply, the condition in which you are when you are applying, that will be seen, that we have seen in the passage. So this will be the answer. Which is not correct. Again, see, which is not correct. So correct, there are three options in this which are correct. You just have to choose the wrong one, right? So let's see one by one the options. Compassionate appointment is given to the family members of the deceased irrespective of the financial status. No, we see the financial status first, then we give it, right? So this is not correct. So we can find the answer here itself, but we can just check on others to be sure about it. But it is A. Mr. Y, son of Mr. X. Okay. Representation before company on 2018. Ground of father dead 2000. So is it reasonable? No. So will he be entitled? No. But there are two options. We can eliminate from this. Long period has elapsed. Yes. We can see this also. Discretion. No, no, no. This is not. Not correct. Again, not correct. Right? Nature of appointment must be preferred without an. Yes, it is right. Without undue delay. Must not be applicable. Yes, we have seen the first line. Need is not the basis. No. Right? So, what will be the answer? This will be the answer. That's all. So I just wanted to give a overview that these are the type of questions that are there, and this is how you have to apply your mind, and these are the like major topics that was covered. This was the whole like area that was covered in 2021. So these laws were there, which are directly from the syllabus. There is no different thing which came, and in 2020 also it was from syllabus only, and there were some questions from contemporary, but there are more of application. So you have to be prepared for both the pattern, right? 2020 and 2021, because you don't know 2022 what will be there. So you will prepare yourself